Guys, I am absolutely baffled. The last time I did an American pop song review was in April. I've been stuck in this house for 3 or 4 months. Has anything other than K-pop debut singles have been released at all? Well, I might as well go to the trusty, handy-dandy Billboard Hot 100 site and figure that out for myself. Ugh! Come on, Billboard, I know I can trust you to give me something else. Get out of here, you fucking muppet. I just did a review of this guy before the pandemic or during the pandemic. I don't want to do another episode. No. I'll do an album review of this later. No. Maybe an album review. I am absolutely not giving you the time of day. No. Huh? What the heck is this? Hold up! Justin Bieber released a song with Ariana Grande? 2 months ago? What the heck happened to my Justin Bieber alarm? Hey guys, Cait Cher here, and today is rare because it's going to be the first time in a while where I'm talking about more than one song today. So, for those of you who are not aware, but I am pretty sure all of you are at this point, 4 months we have succumbed to basically quarantine because of this little virus called COVID-19, or as all of you call it, the coronavirus.
This pandemic is no joke, people. We are over 2 million cases confirmed and over 1,000 people died from it. So with the pandemic, and I've actually looked into the Billboard Hot 100 for this, not a lot of new music is being released out there. And concerts? Forget it. No one is touring right now, so any promotion for new albums is tanking faster than the Titanic unless you're Doja Cat or Megan Thee Stallion right now.
Or unless you're Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, or Drake.
Before I jump into the songs, I want all of you to be aware that the Billboard Hot 100 is surrounded by 3 categories at this time. 1, country singers, because Memphis don't care about polishing and all that Hollywood, New York, and Atlanta nonsense. 2, songs that were released at the start of this year /2019, and one-off rap/hip-hop singles, which I could really care less about. And 3, new songs from extremely popular artists who can still survive by working from home. The 2 songs I'm reviewing today fall under the last category, obviously.
But first, we're going to jump into Justin and Ariana's track, Stuck With You, which sounds like a love ballad mixed with a backhanded compliment. But no, in actuality, this is a song that they wrote for charity.
And drive me insane, baby, why your mouth? I still wouldn't change all this loving you.
According to my research, Justin and Ariana said that all of the proceeds they get from Stuck With You are going and went to the First Responders Children's Foundation, which funds scholarships for children of frontline workers during this coronavirus pandemic. Well, Justin always loved working with kids, so I guess this pans out perfectly, doesn't it?
So, the first time I've heard the song in full form, actually, was when my sister and I were riding in Mom's car because we were going to get her flowers once the farms opened back up. It was for Mother's Day, and we wore masks. Everything's fine. So, considering how this was basically a giant internet hit, because since people were stuck in their houses, who the heck is listening to the radio? I did not think that they would even put it on the radio in the first place. But it was, and my, overall conclusion was, at least it didn't sound terrible.
I'm no one to stick around. One strike and you're out, baby. Don't care if I sound crazy.
Holy cow! Ariana actually sounds normal for a change! Then again, based on working from home capabilities, I'm not sure if they had the ability to add autotune in the first place. Regardless of that, Ariana, you actually had me restore some faith in you. Congratulations.
Where we need to be. No. I'ma get to know you better. Kinda hope we're here forever.
And at least Justin's using his own voice again. Thank the music gods!
I would say that Stuck With You is as basic pop songwriting goes. It's your Huey Lewis in modern day style love song about being stuck with your lover because you love each other in all the right ways. I still don't like the trend of people saying that they're the up and go type, or they are the passive aggressive people who are like, I could leave, but I guess I'll stay because I kinda like you, and Justin is full of those lyrics in his verse. However, the rest of the song is not like that, and the artists go back to their original romantic roots for the sake of writing something easy.
But hey, I will take this song any day of the week in comparison to those pompous, stupid Imagine covers.
It's easy if you try.
Nope.
John Lennon is rolling in his grave right now. However, I'm not just solely okay with Stuck With You solely because it's one of the most tolerable COVID-19 songs that I've heard so far. I enjoy it actually pretty well because the producers decided to go with a 1950s doo-wop style mixed with modern elements, which we barely ever hear. Well, I don't think we've ever heard of anything 50s since the 70s, and that's saying something. And for those of you who know how much I love 90s boy band ballads, you should all be aware that I'm also a sucker for any ballad-type song from the 50s. I'm not gonna give Justin and Ariana too much grief. This song is going to charity. The money's going to charity. That's all that matters. I would give it a generous 8 out of 10. But now let's talk about Oh, Bite Me!
Black leather glove, no sequins. Buckles on the jacket, it's elite shit.
So, ignoring that brag intro you just heard, this song is supposed to be the 2020 dance song that would invade TikTok like the plague.
Well, Drake, since we're talking about it today, how does this dance go exactly?
Did it go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Basically, I'm saying either way, we bout to slide. Hey.
So, I basically just do this.
Right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide.
And basically, from the way you said, basically we about to slide, that just exposes that you wrote the lyrics to the song 20 seconds before you were gonna post it for internet view. I'm not sure if y'all remember this, and you can go back if you want to, but I think I mentioned in my God's Plan review that Drake, lyric-wise, has only been getting lazier and lazier.
It would be completely and utterly pointless to talk about the verses for the song because if Drake claims this is a dance track, why bother?
Don't you wanna dance with me? No.
You just answered your own question, sir. You're welcome. Oh, did I also forget to mention that this song literally sounds like every other Drake track ever?
It's a thriller in a trap. Where we from? Baby, don't you wanna dance with me? No. I hold back sometimes I won't. Yeah.
But enough of that. Let's finally talk about the giant elephant in the room.
I could dance like Michael Jackson. I could get you the passion.
Folks, I don't want this video to become a Michael Jackson argument platform, despite the fact that he is my favorite artist of all time. Based on the documentary, I'm just going to say that it's still up for debate, but if you want to talk about it, why don't you go on Reddit or something like that, because I don't feel like diving into it. Regardless of that, he still is, one of the greatest artists of all time, if not the greatest of all time. So with that said, why did I bother bringing up that line in the first place? Because screw you, Drake. How dare you?
There is a golden rule in music that most artists follow in order to stay relevant in the mainstream. You are allowed to name drop a music legend if you are praising them, sampling them, using them as a metaphor for a situation, or a clever pun. If there is one thing you should never do, by any circumstance, it's compare yourself to that legend. Not only does it look bad on you because it sounds like you're denouncing that artist as lower talented material in the music industry, but it gives your audience and critics a bar that you cannot reach and that you know you cannot reach, and everyone watches you after you say that to either A, prove yourself, or B, watch you fail at it. Most of the time, these people fail at it. That's not to say you can't use a legend as inspiration for your work. Hell, there are so many artists today who were inspired by Michael Jackson. And without Michael, Beyonce, Chris Brown, Justin Timberlake, etc. wouldn't be here.
So when it comes to the comparing yourself to a legendary artist thing, I tend to think that there's a curse involved. And this is a cursed pattern that's existed since the dawn of man. How so? Well, I'm going to bring up something actually Michael Jackson related. From recent memory, of course.
You remember Jason Mraz, right?
It's short, this is our fate. I'm yours.
Yeah, the guy who sang one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. I remember people comparing him to Michael Jackson, and a few years and one album later, the guy vanished from pop culture memory.
I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough.
Oh god, I also hate that song. But seriously, I don't know anyone who actually has a fond memory of Jason Mraz after the start of the 2010s. I just don't. Then you have Lil Wayne calling himself the best rapper alive. I know he's not making a direct comparison when he said that, but we all know what he meant. He's basically saying, forget B.I.G., forget Tupac, forget Eminem, Nas, Ghostface Killah, Andre 3000, Lauryn Hill. My music is the shit you should be listening to. That might have been somewhat true when Wayne first got famous.
But then we entered the 2010s and we got this.
And all she eat is dick. She's on a strict diet. Pretty ladies, are you here? Truffle butter on your pussy. Looking for the one, what bitch you looking at the one?
Every time I think about the I'm the One feature, I really want to kill myself.
What Jason Mraz and Lil Wayne have in common, to this curse that is that they became jokes because people or themselves thought they were so cocky to the point that they can be more successful than the people they can compare themselves to, but it didn't come across because then that gave people ideas that they are going to beat the Michael Jackson or the Eminem formulas, but they can't do that. I believe Justin Bieber at one point said that he was the new white Michael Jackson, and look how that panned out.
You got that yummy, that yummy.
No, stop! No more pedophile lyrics, please!
It's like if Ariana Grande said in one of her songs that she's going to be the new Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, or Mariah Carey. Her career would have been screwed after that because audience will now watch her to see what makes her better than Celine, Whitney, or Mariah.
For the record, I don't think she ever said that because I want to believe she has some intelligence after all. Also, who the hell wants to compare themselves to Mariah Carey after listening to this?
Smile is beaming, my skin is gleaming. The way it shine, I know you seen it.
What Drake did in Tootsie Slide doomed his career even further. Drake said that he can dance like Michael Jackson. Have you guys watched any of his dance footage?
No, he can't. Hell, he doesn't even do it. He's a rapper. Rappers don't dance. Maybe except MC Hammer, but he was a joke from the 80s and 90s anyway. Michael Jackson was the pop singer and dancer responsible for two of the most legendary dance moves in pop culture history. The first one being the moonwalk, the second being that gravity-defying lean in the Smooth Criminal short film. It takes major skill and technology apparently, in order to complete either of those. So for Drake to tell us in a joke dance song that he's the new Michael Jackson in the dance category, I wanted to vomit. I know rappers are egotists until the very end, but this is another level of egotism that Drake doesn't even deserve to have. Drake's music already sounds so half-assed in production, but his lyrics are getting worse and worse with every song that he's on. I did not think that Drake would stoop to this level, but sadly, he has, and I think it's only going to go down even further from here.
It's not a shock at all that I'm giving the Tootsie Slide a 0 out of 10. As a dance trend, this song insults my intelligence. It doesn't take a scientist to figure out what elements a dance song needs. Oh, I don't know, maybe explanatory lyrics on how the dance actually goes, and to not compare yourself to the greatest pop dancer of all time.
And we've come to the video's conclusion. If you guys enjoyed what you just saw, hit the like button and hit me up in the comments. Oh, for any of my life updates, follow me in the following social media in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more and hit that notification bell. I'm Cait Cher and it's been real. Ciao!